Good morning, Gray. Hi. Hi, sweetheart. Good morning. Good morning, boys. There comes Ruby. Still all nice and clean. Dawn's gonna put the heater on to warm it up as best we can before we get in. Oh my goodness, Stripe, that's such a big stretch. Good boy. I'll be right back with some fresh water. And here's Tuxman. Hi, bud. Good morning. You giving Ruby a touch-up?
Yep.
He's got the California duster. Oh, wow, that really does make a big difference.
It's amazing how dusty she gets
just going down the road. Because I don't leave her parked outside. Especially right after you wash her. We had her inside yesterday before Taekwondo, and in between being home and going back downtown, and
yeah.
Oh my goodness, what a difference.
Yeah, these California dusters are real handy.
I'm coming. I'm just putting my shoes on. My front yard shoes. I try not to track my shoes from the backyard or the front porch through the house, just to be on the safe side. It's more concerned from the backyard, but anyway. I think that's the bus. Something's going on up there this morning. Guess I'll find out in a few minutes if they're still around. Here you go, buddy. Good morning, Panther. Good morning. Good morning. Sorry we got you up so early. Hi. Hi. I wish I could go back to sleep. You gonna hold down the fort for me? I'll be back in a little while. Let's hope Ruby is warm enough inside this morning. I'll be getting in and closing the doors quick. Oh, it's plenty warm in here. Plenty warm. Good morning, Ruby. That's pretty this morning. And that's why pulled out in front of me, and I don't mean as in should have waited. I just mean came off the side street in front of me. I'm like, I think that's a Tesla. It is. Planet Fitness is super busy first thing in the morning. Dawn and I are impressed with how good that business has done. So when I got into Ruby, she had 188 miles this morning, and I was like, I know we've been cranking the heat for 15 or 20 minutes, but that's not, you know, 30 plus miles worth of range. And so I looked at my overnight charge record email from TeslaFi. And I do remember that we plugged in Jules to charge last night too, because of course I drove Jules on Monday, and we actually didn't charge her Monday night. So Dawn, you know, charged her up. She wasn't really low, but certainly enough to do a charge. So both cars were dueling charging last night, and Jules charged for 7.5 hours up until 79% and stopped at 4:28 a.m. and Ruby charged to 79% for 9.5 hours and stopped at 5:58 a.m. Of course, we have it set to stop at 6, even though we don't go out to move Ruby until about 6:20ish. Something like that. So anyway, I have enough range today. I just, you know, when I get in my car, I guess I do look over there in the morning. I don't not really trying to pay attention, but I do guess, you know, on the driver instrument cluster, it's kind of hard not to see that it's not the typical expected number in the morning. So I sent the screenshots of the charge record to Don and teased him a little bit about stealing my charge. Nice thing still about this time of year, and given the day of the week or whatever, if I did need to plug Ruby in at 9 a.m. I could get until 12:15, so I could get over 3 hours at home on off-peak today if I needed it, but I don't need it. Johnny had 5 minutes to walk the class, and yes, that's Dawn sending me messages. So So he should have been good this morning. We were pretty comfortable in the car, at least I was. There's a little bit of a draft from the knees down on my legs. I think that's mostly hot air rising and no warm air coming out of the front. But the internal temperature is pretty good. I guess I could tell you what I was able to maintain, and I only have it on a 3 back there. I don't have it on, yeah, it's 69 degrees in the car, so it's fine. Would I like a little bit of more warmth on my legs in the front? I would, but it's good. And the only reason why I really paid attention to the mileage this morning, because I was like, surely the heater didn't use up that many miles, and it didn't. So I just wanted to get that straight in my head. The heaters, you know, can be expensive, but it shouldn't have been that expensive. So anyway, I'll be here at St. Monica's for just a minute and then head on down the road. Pick up Johnny at 1 today. He's got a haircut on the way home before well, I don't think we'll be going to the house. I think might, you know, do something for 15 minutes and then go to his haircut, which is in the Fuquay Walmart parking lot. So, yeah, that's about all the extra that's going on today. My lost Lego package that was shipped from Boise, Idaho on February the 1st. It's going to be delivered today. I think I said yesterday it had gotten delayed, lost, who knows what, but it's at the Fuquay post office and it's now out for delivery. So that's good. That's the one that'll let me finish the windows. So whenever that comes and I have time, I can do that. The next part I'm gonna work on is the part, a little drop in. It has windows up top on the roof, the area that goes over the actual factory part of the building. It's about 2 stories tall, and it just sort of drops in there on the back. And I guess if you really like looking inside at the building, you can leave it on or off. It has skylights. That's the word I was hunting for. It has a bunch of skylights. So anyway, if I work on stuff and I don't have those parts yet, I have all the parts for that, and I can build that piece and still come back and install the windows. So that's what's on my mind for today. I've stopped at Harris Teeter to pick up a few things. The new ad comes out on Wednesday, and I did see a couple things I wanted to grab. Wow, there were hundreds, and I do mean hundreds, I am not exaggerating, Valentine's Day helium balloons. And not the little, you know, couple dollars balloons. These were the giant mammoth flowers, and a lot of them were the very expensive balloons. I didn't look to see. It could not have been less than $10 for some of these large balloons. Between the helium in them and the size, it sure was pretty, and I took a couple of pictures. Not a lot of pictures, but I took a couple. I like the balloons. I enjoy seeing them in the stores. If you want a deal on a balloon, you go to Dollar Tree. Of course, I guess everything at Dollar Tree is now $1.25 instead of $1. But if you don't wait until the last minute, you can get nice balloons at Dollar Tree. Just have to get them and hide them for a few days before Valentine's Day, because let me tell you, if you go in on Valentine's Day, they will definitely be sold out. Harris Teeter is kind of known, well, first off, Harris Teeter's now owned by Kroger, Fred Meyer. Didn't used to be that way, but it is. And in North Carolina, Kroger is gone, but we still have Harris Teeter, and that's because Harris Teeter is the local North Carolina name that they felt people would still respond to better. I would have to say in my case that's true. Some people were dismayed about the loss of Kroger. I don't know I couldn't tell you what all the differences are, because I'm not a big Kroger or Harris Teeter shopper. But if I want something in Fuquay that's even remotely similar to Whole Foods, that would be Harris Teeter. I've tried Aldi a time or two. I've not been back recently, so I cannot comment about the current store. Wasn't my cup of tea. Harris Teeter is known for having really great meat and meat specials. So if you're a family that values good deals on meat, you go to Harris Teeter. And That's why I was in there this morning. I picked up a chicken and I picked up 2-3 packs of ribeye steaks, which went on sale for Valentine's Day. They did have ribeye steak roasts, but they were too tiny. They were like enough for me and Dawn, but not enough for me, Dawn, and Johnny. And I like, if I'm going to do the closed oven method, I want a 4 to 5 pound piece of meat. I don't want a 3 pound piece of meat. It's just not big enough to do that with, in my humble opinion. So anyway, I didn't end up getting the roast, but I did get a couple of packs of ribeye steaks and a chicken for the cats, and that's all I bought. That's all I bought was steaks and chicken. We're out for our walk. We're back to wearing our vests. It's nice and sunny, just a little chilly. Pretty nice morning though. When the birds are singing, you know it can't be too bad. Donnie, I sure can tell I have the weight vest back on today.
Me too, sweet pea.
I noticed, but that's good because that means on the days we don't have it, we can really tell it's making a difference or it's pushing us a little bit, which was the whole point, because goodness knows we wouldn't want to be wearing it without it helping. Suffering with no improvement, that would be not good.
Yeah, that's called torture.
Yeah. Well, I don't feel that it's torture, but this uphill to South Park this morning, I'm noticing. Let's just leave it there. So Don needed to get out of his orange thing because he's too hot. I get it, because I'm getting pretty hot too. I have a jacket underneath my weight vest and on top. Anyway, I had him put his on my shoulder, and when he took it back, it was like, oh my God, my vest doesn't feel heavy at all. Don's in there somewhere tinkering. One of Jules's tires needed some air. And Ruby's kind of got a rock stuck in this place underneath the black trim. It's a spot that collects pine straw and rocks on the side. I'll put a picture up. I took a picture this morning, and I'm sitting here with my boy, my itchy boy. Marty and Morris are down the driveway out to the side. They was climbing on tree logs, fallen trees, having them a good old time. I called Marty home, but he hadn't showed up. And Stripe is there. He would have come over to see me, but he knows better. Whichever one of them gets to me first gets to stay. That's kind of how the unspoken order, that's kind of how it works over here. Right, Tux? Whoever gets the, there comes Martykins. Hi, Marty. Hi, Mart. We got deliveries coming today. I prefer you to be up here. Butcher box is coming, and well, Amazon's almost always coming. Well, at least we don't have to worry about the meat showing up late today. Remember, we had it show up at like 12:30, 1 o'clock in the morning one time from Laser Ship. Yeah. Don came out to handle the box because it's heavy. It's my job to put it in the freezer though where I want it so that I can find it. That's right. Although Don and I, we co-mingle with getting stuff in and out of the freezer fine. We sort of tend to think the same about it. This is actually dry ice, which, you know, we have saved it from time to time, but then we never do anything with it. If it were summertime and we were traveling though, yum yum. There's salmon in here and some of the shrimp. They had a lot of specials right before it shipped, and I like serious specials, like not pretend specials, which has been some time. And anyway, there's the normal pork beef in there, and then there's a bunch of add-ons. Yeah, well, I think there's the packing list. Oh yeah, it is. Okay. Boston butt, chuck roast, ground beef, top sirloin steak, salmon, pork tenderloin, apple Gouda sausage. Those are for Johnny. Tenderloin chips, tips, and shrimp.
Okay, so Marianne found a rock here, but it actually turned out to be a piece of lint. This thing's been loose for a while collecting dirt. So I decided today I was going to take it off. Here it is. I'll get a picture of it. There it is. It's got clips on the front, and those clips are what have come loose. So there's a 10 millimeter that's underneath this right here, 10 millimeter, and also an 8 millimeter in the front. So two screws, and then two of those metal plastic push pins. Anyway, that's that. And so now I'm going to put it back together. All right, there it is. It really wasn't that bad. If I had to do it again, I'd probably say take less than 10 minutes to do that. You know, it took me a second to kind of figure out how things go together. Those little pins, there's 3 of them that clip up here, or catch. The center one was bent down and had not caught. And that, of course, kept the other 2 from clipping well. So that's why it missed. That was obviously, you know, I don't know when they took that off, maybe to drop the battery pack for something. It's fine, but anyway, it's back right now, and they're all 3 clipped, and I don't think it'll give us any more trouble.
I'm headed to get Johnny. Tux, Stripe, and Marty are all in the sun, and I saw Morris near the food bowls 10 minutes ago, so he's not too far. Yeah, after walking, I put the butcher box up and went and processed yesterday's video. I don't know why, but it took forever for the files to get where I needed them last night. I looked at 10 and I looked at 11 and I looked at 11:30, and then it was just too late. So I don't know why. I don't think the size and the length of the video didn't seem to correlate to the amount of time it took to get it up on Google Drive. But anyway, I finished the video, and then I got up and I made Don his deviled eggs. And of course he's did a fast yesterday. He didn't eat dinner last night, so he's going to eat tonight, obviously. So I wanted the eggs to be ready for him, because I'm not coming straight home, because Johnny and I have his haircut, and it just was very hectic. I didn't put together one Lego brick. So, you know, if I didn't put together any Lego bricks, that I probably was pretty busy at the house. Oops. Johnny and I are on our way back to Fuquay, and boy is Dawn going to be happy, because tomorrow is essentially an SAU college teacher work day. It's a wellness day. I guess they give them an extra day to take care of stuff, and we don't have to go in tomorrow. Johnny's able to log in for his AP stats study hall attendance session, and no drive to Raleigh tomorrow. Now let me just go make sure I don't have any appointments that were counting on me driving to Raleigh tomorrow. Wow, I guess the city decided to come in and prune. I think the word I used first was butcher these trees. Maybe they did these down here another time, but those back there, they're significantly trimmed. Now don't be too jealous, but it's 73 degrees out there. This is the cover for the newspaper press area. That's like step 9. This is how it starts. I'm going to work on it for a few minutes. It's 3 o'clock. Don's got a conference call. You want to help? You are a very good helper. I really do appreciate it. Hi. 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 About halfway done with this. I had to substitute 3 reddish brown pieces here, and I think I have the piece that goes in the corner. I just got to find it. I could match this color better. I'm seeing it is dark red, but not from the same lot, so I probably can match that better. It looks too light over here too. You can see the little lights hanging in that'll be over top of the newspaper press. I also need 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 more of these windows, and these windows are kind of hard to come by. Don got to play level 2 customer support. A friend of ours rented a Tesla from Hertz, and
they didn't know how to turn it off.
right. Well, it's a common thing, and I mean that's it's a common thing.
Yeah.
My dad had that Avalon, and he had that push start button, and I got that and was like, what is this?
Yeah.
Where's the square key and the round key? What do you mean? You just push this button.
Yeah.
And then the Tesla doesn't even have the button. I'm just saying, I've been there before with the unfamiliar starting and stopping mechanism. So.
And they have rode in my Y. I took them for a ride, but I don't. Obviously, all that probably didn't click at the time.
Until you actually drive it.
That's right.
You're not gonna. And you know, I would say getting in any rental car, like if you usually drive a Ford product and you get in a GM, it's like, huh? And if you drive a GM and you get in a Toyota, it's, huh? So a rental car, not your brand, is always going to be a little different. I have pulled over to the side of the road before to figure out how to get the windshield wipers or the lights or something on once or twice in a rental car, because it was that different than what I was used to. So we've put in an additional question. Is it a Y or a 3? Because we don't know that. We're not even sure what state our friend is in, like near home or traveling for business. Yeah. I'm guessing traveling for business, but who knows? I probably should have said we're on the way to the landfill. Oh, yeah. And we're in the GMC. So got to drive that ICE vehicle once every 2 or 3 weeks, whether we need to or not. Yeah, well, if she calls and needs help with the touchscreen, we're going to be in a little trouble because we got no... Oh, your girl remembers the touchscreen now. Although in Ruby better than Jules, but I think I can handle it. Yeah. Dang, there's nobody here but us. Well, almost. Tried to open up my window so I could talk to Don, but he took his keys and it won't open. It's dead. But then, you know, when he opens it up and closes it, if he leaves the key in, then it makes all that dinging noise. So it's like, oh. Angel! Hi! Hi! What's the matter? Hi, sweetie. Hi! Hello. Hello. You remember me. You smell me? Poor girl. Poor girl. Our street light's fixed. At least you can see to grab my Legos. Really? Goodness gracious. Oh, there's one more. Don't forget the one more. Beautiful sunset. Don stopped. I snapped a couple pictures. That's right.